I'm supposed to remind you to hit the like button. This moment where I accidentally put my bag into the carry-on instead of personal item will haunt me later. You'll see. Keep in mind, it was like 4 a.m., I had minimal sleep, and I was attempting to work and manage my 2 elderly parents. This is me checking into our rental and asking my brother where we should go eat. We hadn't eaten like all morning, so we went to go get some Mexican food. This will haunt us later. You'll see. Do you know how hard it is to travel with both of your parents? Also, North Carolina is very white. Be me complaining about stuff. We're doing it.
It's all a restful night. Give us the strength.
Point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to talk about how
It's so pretty, but they don't have much.
now that I dropped my mom and my dad off, I can be a bitch. There's not much here. I've asked ChatGPT to potentially make me an itinerary, and there's not much to do here. A lot of the stuff is outdoors, which is fine, but it's not the best weather, and also I didn't bring shoes. But I guess the whole point is we're here for this wedding. I asked about some thrifting, so let's go do some thrifting. Found myself at a Goodwill. Look what I found. These Bose headphones that are in pretty good condition, a little bit of wear on the headband, but they're only $3.99. I could easily just like clean that up. Should I get up? Oh my gosh, cat jackpot. Like, these are normally like $30 and it's $6.99. Too bad I didn't bring a bag. Maybe I will, I don't know. I'm on a tour of Goodwills because my brother still isn't at his apartment and I'm waiting for him to get there. Otherwise, I don't have any place to stay. I'm back at my brother's apartment and his lighting is bad. I couldn't find any shelf to put my camera on, so we're on the floor. So these are the things I picked up at the Goodwill. It's like this long sleeve, half silk cotton polo, Ralph Lauren. And look at this like print. And then I picked up this 100% cotton Lauren by Ralph Lauren. White long sleeve. I'm super exhausted. I've been up since like 4. Time for bed. Bye. Good morning. I wasn't especially productive yesterday, so I have to edit a podcast for work. And then the wedding is later. It's a very casual wedding, and I got kind of dressed up. My mom made these like boutonnieres. Meow. Cute. Well, my father is taken to being sick, so I have to go to CVS and get some medicine. And then we're heading to the wedding. I'm gonna be shooting the wedding, so should be fun. Do y'all price match? For future reference, they do not price match at CVS, and it was probably cheaper at Walmart. Now I can pick up my parents.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
My brother doesn't actually live in North Carolina, which is where the wedding is, because it's like close to the border. He lives in South Carolina, so I'm like 30 minutes away from where I need to be. Also, this is my first time in and driving a Mini Cooper, and whoever makes the Mini Cooper is not a fan of minimalism.
I'm gonna check you in.
It's 1 hour before, no, it's like 45 minutes actually, before the wedding, and I just dropped off my mother and father at the emergency. She's gonna check him in, and my brother-in-law is coming to pick her up for the wedding. The entire time I'm shooting the wedding, there'll be a separate video for the wedding, so these are just a couple of clips. So, the ceremony has ended, and I got all the photos. We're waiting for the catering to arrive. I did both videos and stills, and had to navigate and manage my mother, who is very high-strung. My Alexa Pro is working overtime. We're gonna eat a little something at this reception, and then go hang out with him at the emergency room. So I just checked into my room. My dad finally was called into the hospital. He missed the entire wedding, by the way. The wedding was super cute. And then afterwards went to the hospital. We waited there for about an hour. And then I was like, we were getting ready to leave because we figured at this point we could just go to urgent care tomorrow. They finally called him in. And so they're currently going to see him. But since they would only allow one person in the back with him, my mom went, of course. So I told her I was coming to check into my room. It's the same hotel that my mom is staying at. And I noticed some characters. And then I was being all dramatic and sassy. Whenever I checked in, I asked the front desk guy, I was like, do y'all tend to get some like characters? And then he was like, well, I don't know what you mean by characters. And then I was like, well, what do you mean? You don't know what I mean? Like, duh. And he was like, well, what do you mean? And then he asked me to explain further. And I was like, well, I could have sworn I saw a hooker here earlier. And he was like, oh, characters. So that confirmed that that lady that I did see earlier was a hooker. Have no good things to say about South Carolina, North Carolina, Pineville specifically. Charlotte is not a major city, despite what the interwebs tell you. Nothing good to say about the healthcare of Pineville. The wedding was cute though, and I got some really cute photos, so I'll post a video for that later. So I'm gonna get changed and then head to the hospital to see how they're doing. At 1 a.m., they decided that they were going to keep him overnight because he had a spot of pneumonia, and so I went to bed. Good morning. Let's go get some breakfast. I'm all cleaned up, and now I have to figure out a situation where how am I going to take my stuff back without paying Spirit. I ended up having to purchase carry-on, which was like $99 on the way here, and I don't intend to do that on the way back. And if I am, I'm going to spend that $99 elsewhere. So let's go shopping. After my mom and I went to Nordstrom and I found a solution for my bag issue, and us hanging out that day really made up for the previous day and how hectic this trip has been. We also have to consolidate everything that was in this bag into my new bag. It worked. Most everything fit in here except for 3 pieces of clothing that my mom is taking in her carry-on. I don't know if I'm obsessed with this bag just because I would have preferred a shoulder bag instead of just a handlebar, but we'll see. The night before we left, my brother came up to have dinner with us. It's like 3:40 in the morning, and I successfully delivered my parents to the airport. I don't take off for like 5 more hours, but I just want to get out of here, so I'm just going to hang out at the airport and return my vehicle. I'm ready to be home. As I was walking up to the terminal where my parents were currently waiting for their flight, I decided I was going to pay $99 that I was avoiding so I could take the same flight and get home much earlier. And that was my chaotic trip. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.